So I'm a part-time musician and full-time professional. I play music just mostly for entertainment. But a couple of years ago, my son and I actually went to see an air show in St. Louis, where we live. And at that air show, there was something that took place that was very moving to me. They had a reenactment of the attack on Pearl Harbor. They had vintage planes coming in, they had bombs going off, you could feel the heat, you could feel the concussion waves, you were in the smoke. It was very, very moving. And at the same time, in the background, they had somebody narrating this whole event. And they had music playing in the background. And I thought to myself, this music just doesn't capture the moment. There was something missing there. And I was so inspired by this event and so disappointed with the disconnect that I went home and actually was compelled to write a song myself, just to capture the emotions of the military, the events that were taking place and so forth. So I wrote this song totally on my own, didn't tell anybody I was doing it. I worked on it for a while. It wasn't until several months later that I actually sat down and played it for my family. And when my wife heard it, she teared up. She said, "Brian, that is a gorgeous song. It's a beautiful song." I felt impelled to do it. I don't know where it came from, but I just felt that it was something special myself, and I couldn't let go of it. I kept working on it. I kept improving it. Over time, we played it for more and more people, and some people thought, you know, this has to go on the internet. It could go viral. People would love this, who are in the forces. And I thought, how do I get it out there? And it's an intriguing story. That was 2 years ago that it started. 2 months ago, I ran into the music supervisor for this film, Phil Hewley. And I told Phil, I didn't know him before this, I said, listen, I got this song. It's in my heart. It's something I know is special. I don't know what to do with it. What would you do with it? And I told him the story. And he said, I'd start by talking to somebody like me. He said, I'm in Nashville. I do music production. Probably want to get this piece produced at some point. And I thought, maybe that's what it is. I don't sing. I need to find someone to sing for me, but I've got the music in my heart. He said, let's think about doing that. Well, a day later, he came to me and said, Brian, I don't even know why I didn't think of this when you were talking to me. He said, what you described was the perfect piece for this movie that we're making. And he told me about this movie. And he said, I don't know why it didn't come to me when you were describing it, but when I heard about the theme and I heard about what inspired this music, he said, I know this was made for this. He said, this is perfect. I said, you haven't even heard the music yet. Would you like to hear it? He said, I know it's special. I can hear it from your heart. He said, but let's go play it anyway. So we found a room in this convention center where we could sit down, and I started playing the chords for him, and I showed him the lyrics. He got on the phone with Rod, who was producing the movie, and said, Rod, you got to hear the lyrics to this. And he proceeded to read all the lyrics from beginning to end to Rod, and got off the phone, gave me a big thumbs up, and said, he said, this is the perfect music. This is what we were looking for the movie. And I said, what do you mean for the movie? He said, this could be the theme song for the movie. And I have to tell you, I was amazed. I never thought about doing something like this. For me, it's the most surrealistic experience of all, just being here in the first place, now recording this piece for this wonderful movie. I can't tell you what it means for me and my family. It's a way to express the feelings that created this song in the first place. There's a bigger hand in this than just me, than just Phil and just Rod. There's a bigger hand moving this whole thing forward. And Rod said that. He said, Brian, do you know how special this is? He said, you created this music 2 years ago before the movie was even in its initial stages. He said, you're part of this project already. He said, that's how special this is. This has to be put to film now so that we can see it in its final reality. And that's what we're doing. We're creating what a bigger hand has actually created. And that's the genesis of this song.